Gorgeous ruby and emerald cookies. You will need 135 grams of soft butter, 70 grams of granulated sugar, and 70 grams of dark muscovado sugar. Mix this all together and then add 1 large egg, one teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, and 185 grams of plain flour, a pinch of salt, ,55 grams of cocoa powder, then add 100 grams of dried cranberries, but keep some back for the final topping on the cookies, and the same with 100 grams of pistachios. Okay, stir this all together. It's quite a stiff mixture, but that is why these cookies keep their shape in the oven. It really is a wonderful recipe. Okay, get your baking tray ready and line it with baking parchment paper. I always spray the underneath with some water to hold down the paper. And then rather than making small golf balls, I make mine into sort of dome shapes. This recipe made 6 large cookies. If you're making smaller cookies, you'll need to maybe cook them for a little bit less. So put your oven on to 190 degrees Celsius, 170 degrees fan. I popped my cookie dough in the fridge whilst my oven was heating up. So I just did 4 on this baking tray and 2 on another. Again, spraying the tray just helps the paper to not move about. Okay, and then bake for 12 to 14 minutes. If you're making smaller ones, I would do 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, and then I added a square of milk chocolate to the center of each cookie. This is when they're still hot out of the oven, but not so hot you can't touch them. And then add the cranberries that you set aside earlier. It's a little bit fiddly, they will drop off, but just persevere. And then add your pistachios. And then I finished it off with a sprinkling of sea salt. Don't they look beautiful? The green and the red makes them look so pretty. And they really, really were so tasty. They were fudgy, a bit like a brownie, but still a cookie. They were just so Moorish.